Today, moving on, we're going to be talking about a funny little muscle in our body that actually, whenever you move, this muscle activates. And it's a very important muscle. It has a very funny spelling. It's called the psoas muscle. And the psoas muscle does not start with an S, it starts with a P. And here is your psoas muscle. All right, everyone see that? Now what that is, this muscle connects to the lower part of your spine, right? We're talking very bottom, T12 all the way through L4, which is very low. And this muscle comes all the way around through the pelvis and attaches on the inside of our femur. Why is that important to us? For balance. It's absolutely important. Anytime we move, guys, this muscle activates, right? It helps stabilize the hip. It helps us in a solid, healthy gait pattern. If that muscle is tight, it restricts our gait pattern. If it's weak, it's going to destabilize the hip. So how many of you have heard about the psoas muscle? Maybe if you've ever had a joint replacement, a total joint replacement, maybe the hip, maybe you've broken a femur or something, you've heard of this psoas muscle. Let me read a little bit. And also, guys, you have this information in your handouts. I went ahead and included that and emailed that. I always include my sources. Very important to do. The psoas is the only muscle that links the trunk of the body to the legs. That's true. This is why it is so important for stability. Its anatomical function is to connect the upper body to the lower body, the outside to the inside, the legs to the spine, and the front to the back. It stabilizes the hip and leg connection, and when it's active, we bend our legs to walk, we get up from lying down, we rotate our body from side to side, bend down, sit upright, and stand erect. When the psoas muscle is tight, you might notice poor posture because it's pulling everything down. Remember, that thing connects from the spine all the way underneath to the femur. We want it to be relaxed, guys. We want to make sure that that muscle has as much range of motion as it possibly can. Now, if you sit a lot, that is going to tighten the muscle. If you've had any type of trauma, that is going to cause that muscle to tighten, destabilize the hip, cause improper gait patterns, and so on. Today, I'm going to show you how to stretch that muscle and work that muscle. Really quick, also, in addition to structural functions, it's linked to our central nervous system, right? Our CPU, our brains, our nervous system, brain, and spine. And so there's a neurological connection, and because of this, the psoas functions instinctively when we feel threatened. It automatically contracts as a means of defense and protection. And again, trauma, sustained stress, everyday tensions will tighten and shorten that psoas muscle. A tight psoas muscle, it can hurt the body, lead to chronic pain, poor balance, and other issues. So, how do we address this? I'm going to show you in our flexibility pillar. Make sure you check that information out, guys. When you get it, you can click on the links and go deeper if you would like, but just the more you know. So, with that, let's